Hi, I'm Kirby Allison, founder of the Hanger Project. Today we're going to talk about shoelaces. Just like buttons, shoelaces have a disproportionate effect on the overall look of a pair of shoes. A pair of old, worn-out laces just doesn't uphold the formal dress look that you want on a well-polished pair of shoes. That's why here at the Hanger Project we have one of the most comprehensive and complete selection of dress shoelaces that's really available anywhere on the internet. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So there's two broad categories of laces. There are formal laces that come in black and brown, and then there's the colored laces that are more fun for use on a casual pair of shoes, like on the weekend, or whenever you're just trying to add some color in a less serious situation. Here at the Hanger Project, we have three basic formal dress laces. We have our waxed round laces that come in three lengths, a 60, 75, and 120 centimeter lengths. And then we have our flat waxed dress laces, which are slightly more formal than the round laces. And we have those in two widths, a 2.5 millimeter width, which is probably the most formal, and then a 3 millimeter width, which is, kind of splitting hairs, but definitely a little bit different in terms of how they look. All of our laces are woven in England, in Northampton, from the same supplier of the majority of the laces to all the Northampton shoe suppliers. They're all going to be woven from 100% cotton and then waxed to give a nice shiny appearance. You can also find from the Hanger Project that we have a full assortment of colored laces. Now, what I like about colored laces is if you're trying to be a little bit more fun and you have that latitude at work or on the weekend, you can take a pair of black dress shoes and lace them with a pair of red or blue shoelaces and really completely dress down and transform the look of that shoe. Now, it's not something that we would, of course, ever recommend for formal wear, but it's nice to have a pair of colored laces just to mix things up and make it fun. Now, it's always better to replace a pair of dress laces before you actually need to, because you don't want to be traveling for work or in a rush to get to work in the morning and actually have a pair of well-worn laces snap and break, because inevitably you never have a pair of laces around when you need them. That can completely ruin a morning. It's happened to me a few times while traveling. So periodically, whenever you're shining a pair of shoes or whenever you're putting them on, just double check the laces to make sure that around the eyelets you don't see any fraying. Because if you see the lace begin to fray at the eyelid, that really means that the integrity of that lace has already been broken and that they will break soon. So take a look at that. And then I recommend periodically just replacing your laces to keep them looking neat and nice. As far as how to lace your shoes, we've got a separate video on the Hanger Project about how to lace shoes. But really, for formal shoes, as far as I'm concerned, parallel lacing is the only option that's out there. It looks neater, it looks smarter, it's much better, in my opinion, than any type of cross lace. So there we are. I'm Kirby Allison, founder of the Hanger Project. Take a look at our shoelaces online. We've got the best prices on the internet, the widest selection, and we love helping the well-dressed take care of their wardrobes, and especially their shoes, so thanks for joining us.